So something hides among the stars. It is, of course, the Tiyanki Matriarch. Now, the Tiyanki Matriarch has been in the code of the game for quite some time. Actually, it's been there since launch, or at least a reference to a Matriarch. Now, as of distant stars, there is a new version of said Matriarch, and it's actually kind of exciting to see, to basically get a gigantic space cow. Now, it spawns in a single system with a Gaia planet, and by itself, it just sits around, it chills out a little bit, and moves back and forth between the stars. Now, its weapons are rather interesting, and it uses a energy siphon style weapon that does between 250 and 1000 per volley every 2.7 days. And then there's its main cannon, which is an instant hit energy torpedo style quote unquote beam, similar to that of the Space Dragon, that does between 5000 and 12,000 damage. And that goes every 27 days. Now, in order to take this bad boy down, or at least take this bad girl down and stand quite much of a bigger chance, you can talk to your local curator's office and pay 2500 energy, as well as read up on some lore to get a 25% bonus against it. Apparently, there is a neutron torpedo lodged into its back. Kind of like a certain whale from literature. Now, in order to take this girl down, she's mostly armor, which means you can punch through it with plasma weapons as well as neutrons. In addition, considering the weapon damages that it does, you should equip as many shields as possible, and if you can find it, try to get some crystalline forged plating as well, because all of his weapons do pretty much a 100% damage against shields, except for its secondary, which struggles a little bit against it. Like other large entities, using high evasion corvettes and destroyers should work fine here. Now, at this point, you can send a 5 to 20k fleet, which should do the trick with minimal losses. Now, like I said, neutrons and plasmas should be enough to take it down. Of course, you can also use some strikecraft because it does not have any AA. Once the Matriarch kicks the bucket, you'll be giving the Death of the Matriarch event immediately. And you will also be presented with the Belly of the Beast event, where all of a sudden, an alien captain in a battleship emerges from the gullet of the Matriarch, and you will get an event window where he will tell you that he's been sitting inside the Matriarch for some time and offers you his service and ship. You can bring him aboard, you can bring him in and scrap his ship, or just take the ship itself with some humorous results based on your decisions. The ship itself is actually quite good. It's a 2.3k battleship with a decent amount of tech tiering on top of that, but you'll also get a admiral, at least if you bring him in. It has a special trait called From Hell's Heart, which gives a 10% fire rate and weapon bonus, as well as improved sublight speed, which by itself would be great if he didn't have a -5 evasion and a 33 production to combat disengagement, which means that he basically will die relatively quickly if you put him in a fleet that is prone to dying, so he won't disengage that easily. Also, he has a 10% reduction to leader experience, so he won't get better all that quickly. Finally, you will get access to a Gaia planet, which is arguably the best reward, but only, of course, if you control the system that the Matriarch used to inhabit. There you go. The Matriarch, the Tiyanki Matriarch, the second Leviathan from the Distant Stars update. I hope that you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe and maybe even like the video to find out more mechanics about the game and other Leviathans. Who knows? There is something else out there. Next time we're going to be potentially talking, at least when it comes to Leviathans, about the Void Spawn. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourselves as well as each other.